Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything coming at you with another one of our State of the Unit addresses. This is the December State of the Unit address. And if you haven't been a member of the squadron very long, or if you haven't seen any one of our State of the Unit addresses, these are monthly status reports. Basically, I tell everybody in the squadron what's going on with the squadron. For those of you that are playing one game and maybe not another, and so you get gives you an opportunity to see what other people in the squadron are doing. Also, it keeps you apprised of all the upcoming events and things like that. All right, so let's start off with back up. I have a Google Doc of the show notes. Basically, the report will be included with the link to the video. Also, it's in the forums, so you should check that out. Okay, now we have 13 members on the website. Some of those members play Star Citizen, some of those players play War Thunder, some play both. Okay, so and we have some members that are playing the games that are not on the website. So the numbers are kind of skewed a little bit, but I consider the 13 people that are on the website as to be part of the unit. All right, so now we have 13 members. 6 of them are in game in Star Citizen. Also, 6 of them are registered on our website, so that number's even. Now we have 16 in War Thunder in the game, but only 12 of those have registered on our website. Plus, we had lost a member in War Thunder. My Ninjas is no longer part of the unit. He left on his own volition. Okay, he wasn't kicked or anything like that. Okay. Wish him well in whatever group or whatever he's going to do in War Thunder. So more power to him. Okay, now there's a little bit of disparity in those numbers because we show 12 War Thunder players on our website, but 16 players in the game. So there's like, what is that? 4 people have not registered on the website. Please make sure you register on the website. And I believe there's actually somebody in the website that's not in the game. So if you are in one or the other, make sure you're in both. Okay. All right. Now, where are we at? Oh, we've had we've had a growth. Wasn't a lot. Remember, we lost ninjas, so we're down 1 from last month, which was 10, and so now we're up to 13, which technically would be 14 if my ninja stayed with us. So we had a growth of 4 and a loss of 1, so a total growth of 3, net growth, I should say, of 3. Now we need to continue that, and we do that by recruiting. And there's a couple of different ways you can recruit. A few ways we can recruit, and this recruitment is the responsibility of every member. It's not just my responsibility. It's not just our recruiter's responsibility. It's not just the officer's responsibility. It's the newest member should be recruiting. And the way you recruit, a couple of different ways. And these are the 2 easiest ways. There is already a link on our website on the very first page, right, that shows the Star Citizen recruiting thread and the War Thunder recruiting thread. All you have to do is, if you're a Star Citizen player, click the Star Citizen recruiting thread. Hell, you can click them both, but click the Star Citizen recruiting thread, go to the Star Citizen, it'll take you to the recruiting thread, type something in there, and exit. Boom, took you less than 1 minute to do that. Okay, and then you can do that again. If you're the War Thunder player, do the same thing. Click it, type something in, exit. And all that's doing, it's doing a couple of things. It's adding numbers to the thread, so it's making that thread thicker, and it's also putting that thread back to the top. It's bumping the thread back to the top of the thread list, so that when people go into the recruiting section of the forums and they say, oh, who's recruiting? Oh, look at this. The one NAS is at the top. Okay, so other organizations are doing this. All organizations are doing this. So when you bump yours to the top, ours to the top, every other organization is pushing theirs to the top, which is gradually pushing ours down. So that requires us to be diligent and go into the thread, pop, goes to the top. The next guy, if there is, just using this as an example, if there's 16 of us in game and we each do it, we could, every hour we'll be at the top of the list. You know, if I skip a day, okay, I skipped a day, no big deal. I'm sorry, you know, but if you skip a whole week, something's wrong. I should see everybody's name on the recruitment thread. When I look at the recruitment thread and I see our unit, when I go to the thread and I only see one or two people are bumping the thread, that kind of tells me that you don't care if this unit grows or if you have an opportunity to play with other people, or you don't care about this unit's development, or, you know, basically you're telling me you don't give a shit. So I'm not going to take, I don't take it as a, I don't take it as a requirement. It's not a requirement to do that. So if you can't do it, you just don't have the 1 minute to do it every day, don't do it. But it tells me that you really don't care. Okay, I'll back up. I care about this unit. I care about this unit immensely. Do I forget a couple of days? I do. I forget. So, do I have a post saying, remember to go to the forum thread? No. Okay. So, I understand if you miss a few days. It's no big deal. I do the same, you know. But let's try to be more diligent about that. And the reason why that is, and this is only the first way to recruit. There's a second way. It's even easier. But this is the, I know, how clicking on a link, typing something in, and exiting, that's pretty easy. And I got something that's even easier, but okay. Okay, so here we go. We got that. You're right. You click it, you go there, you post something, and you say, and I don't want to see the word bump as the word you type. It could be anything else. Don't type bump. It's derogatory. I mean, not derogatory, but it's kind of like, the only reason why I'm here is to put the thread back to the top of the list. That tells me you don't care either. So what I'm saying, you should say something like, had a great group of matches. You should have seen me kill those 5 tanks in a row. You know, or this is a great organization. Or I wish Mr. Everything would stop harassing me to post in the chat. Okay, or whatever. Just type whatever. Okay, but don't say bump. When I see bump, it's like you're too lazy to type something else. I mean, it's only 1 minute. I mean, not even a minute. I could probably do it right now in less than 30 seconds. Just say, I had a great group of games, or wow, that was awesome, or hello everybody, or we're still recruiting, or anything. You know, hello is even better than bump. Okay? All right. So enough on that. Back. The reason why we want to be at the top of the list, and who cares, right? You said, like, we got the recruiting thread on there. It's always going to be on there, right? And then and these other organizations, they'll post their posts, and ours will get moved down to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 100th page. Who cares, right? Well, because everybody will get a chance to see it because it's always going to be on the thread. That's not true. Most people, when they go to join an organization, there's a couple of different types of people, and that's why we have a couple of different methods of recruiting. There's one group that wants to do research, and they want to check units out, and they want to figure out which one's better and which one's worse, right? Things like that. So they'll go to these threads, and they'll say, which one has the most activity? This one has 5,000 posts, and I'm not exaggerating. This one has 5,000 posts, but this one only has 20. that's not a very active group. That's not a very, they don't have a whole lot of activity going on. So they're going to ignore that unit. And they're going to go with the guy that has 5,000. So, and this applies to both War Thunder and Star Citizen. This is not unique to one game or the other. This is both. And so the players will be like, okay, I'm researching, I'm checking these units out. Okay, another thing that impacts them or affects them or influences them is how deep they have to go into the forum to find this unit. If they have to go past the first, second, third page, they're not even a consideration. Most people, I'm saying most, I mean, yeah, there's that exceptional one dude out there that'll go through all 1,000 posts to see which one's the best one. But most people will check the top of the list and they'll say, oh, this one's, got 400 posts and everything they talk about is exactly what I want. Okay, I'm going to join that unit. Those are the guys we're looking for. The guys that, are looking for a unit that has everything they're wanting, right? Because we want to provide everything they want. We want you to have everything that you want. But if they'll never see our post, then they'll never join the unit. So we have to make sure that we stay on the top of the list. I know you probably already know this. You hear me say this every freaking month. If you want, okay, here we go. If you want me to stop saying this on the State of the Unit addresses, start posting. If I see tons of posts on our threads, I'll be like, hey, the unit's squared away. The unit's got, they're motivated. They're excited about being in the unit. They want recruitment. So I don't need to say anything. But right now, I do. Now, partially, it's because we only have 13 members in the unit. Okay, but once we start getting more people in the unit, I should start to see more of that happening. Because we're a small unit, we rely on each and every one of us more. I rely on you more because you have a bigger percentage of the unit. You're close to 10% of the unit. Okay, if we had 100 members, then okay, we would probably get posts every hour. Right now we're lucky to get a post every day. Okay, so guys, come on, please help me out. Help your unit out. Post. Okay. Second way. Now this is the majority of this video. But the second way, and I'm going to actually try to get this video under 30 minutes, believe it or not. Okay, so second way. Some of you might have problems with this, but I'm going to explain this to you. In-game chat. In Star Citizen, there is now chat. So we can do this now in Star Citizen. There should be no reason why every time you log into a match, you don't do this. Same thing with War Thunder. War Thunder's always had chat, as far as I know. Okay. In Star Citizen, there's not a global chat right now. It's just local. Okay, but what they consider local is pretty darn big, 1,000,000 kilometers or something like that. That's local. Okay, so I'm sure they'll have global in the future, but right now they've got local chat, and that's what we're going to use in Star Citizen going forward. Right now. War Thunder, you've got team, you've got squad, right? Well, make sure when you put this in the chat, you put it under all, so everybody on the match can see it. It's more important to do this in the low tiers. It's not as important in the high tiers. So if you're playing battle rating 5+, and I say 5+ because there's 9 tiers, right? 9 battle ratings. If you're 5+, maybe you don't do it. I still would do it. Just do it. But if you don't do it, it's no big deal. But in battle ratings 1 through 4, 1 through 3, make sure you do it. If it's a multiplayer game, of course. Make sure you do it. And what I'm asking for is a simple chat typed into the chat at the start of the match, right when everybody's still on the airfield, everybody's starting to take off or whatever. Type in that the one NAS is recruiting. That's it. One NAS is recruiting. That's all you have to type. Or if you want to, like I do, I've got a macro on my mouse that when I go into a match, I can click a button, click, and it types it for me. And you could do that. And what I type, because I did that, it's actually a long chat. It says something like the First Naval Air Squadron, or the 1AS, I don't remember, is recruiting. For more information, visit 1nas.engine.com. If you have any questions, please ask. Simple, right? Okay, and just be very polite and very respectful to everybody that's in the match. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Don't spam like every 5 minutes posting it, or don't post it at the start and at the finish, or, well, that's okay. But don't post it in the middle of the match when everything is active. When people are concentrating on the actual gameplay of the game, don't post it then. Post it at the beginning of the match, and that would be fine. What that does is it puts the fact that there are organizations in people's minds. Some people don't even know that there are organizations, or there's guilds or clans or squadrons, or they don't know, or they just haven't been thinking about it. And it puts it, boom, in their mind. They go, whoa, wait, what? There's organizations? Or they say, oh, there's an organization that's recruiting. And it also kind of gives them it shows them that we care, like we're actually active in the game and we want people to join us. Okay, so basically it gives a couple of different positive influences. The people that complain about in-game recruiting chat are the kind of people we don't want in the organization. That is a type of person that is a troll. They're negative about everything, and we don't want them to be in our organization. When you're flying, right? You're part of the squadron. I know most people in the squadron pretty good, and I think you will all answer this the way I think you will answer this. If you're flying in a game, right, or you're just starting a match, and you're still on the airfield, and you're throttling up, and you're getting ready to take off, and some Yahoo out there says, hey, I'm just going to use this as an example, Aces and Eight is recruiting. Are you going to go, hey man, stop spamming? No, because guess what? We're good people. The only people that are going to say no, like stop spamming, are jerks. Okay, so don't worry about it. If somebody says stop spamming, or hey, you can't spam, you'll get banned, or whatever, let me tell you this. I'm in and I even wrote this down in the notes, so you can go in and read it verbatim, but I'm in communication with RSI, no, CIG, change it. Technically the same. Okay, never mind, back up. I'm scatterbrained. I'm in communication with the different companies, right? All the MMOs I've ever played, I've talked to them. All the like multiplayer games, I've talked to them, like PGI, MechWarrior Online, Star Citizen, War Thunder, World of Warship, World of Tanks. They all say the exact same thing officially. Okay, and here's what they say. Any chat that promotes community activity, be it either a mission, a raid, or a guild, is encouraged. They all say that. I think they've all got it copy and pasted, right? But it says, this develops more player interaction and activity. We ask that you do not repeat your chat messages over and over and over, interfering and becoming an annoyance with other players. One post in a match is not spam. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is spam, and you know, spam is, what happens when you spam, I'm just going to use this again. What happens when you spam a machine gun? Do you go bang? That's not spamming. When you go bang, 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 that's spamming. Spraying and praying, right? When you type in hello, that's not spam. When you say hello, 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 that's spam. Okay. Another definition of spam is when it's not game related or doesn't encourage activity. Like, this game sucks. Believe it or not, that's spam. When you say, man, here as an example, Star Citizen's better than War Thunder. That's, if you're playing War Thunder, that's spam. If you say, hey, if you go to my website, you can get a free t-shirt, that's spam. Because now you're offering physical items, or if you say things like, hey, I've got this airplane for $19.99 if anybody wants, if you're selling something, that's spam. We're not selling anything. We're encouraging player interaction. So all the game companies encourage that. So drop a post. Okay? Drop a post at the beginning of the match. Not spam. Check now if you get somebody complaining about spam, like that jerk that I was talking about, don't encourage him. Don't say you're an idiot or you're a jerk or no, it's not. Don't even argue with them. Don't say, hey, no, it's not spam. We already know it's not spam. Don't even do. I've done it. I don't mean, you know. It's sometimes I get frustrated and I say, well, fuck you. No, I don't. But don't get into a verbal match, because what that's doing is it's making our squadron look bad. Because if a guy was in the game, he saw our post and said, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I'm going to check him out. I'm going to ask him some questions at the end of the match or whatever. And then Joe Jack says, man, stop spamming. And then we start going back and forth with him. That guy that was a potential recruit is now saying, oh, man, these guys, what's up with these guys? You know, so just ignore him. Just say, just don't even say anything. I was going to say, just say something nice, but don't even say anything. Just ignore him and just continue on with the match, fighting, playing, whatever, blowing stuff up. Okay. Another way to recruit, and this is kind of a subtle, way that we actually used in MechWarrior very, very successfully, believe it or not. Paint. A specific paint job on your vehicle that is not the same as everyone else. And when everyone in the unit or in the match has the same paint job, you don't even have to say anything. It's a visual. People go, wow, those guys are all painted up like the Davian Royal House Guards or whatever. And what's going on with that? They're all looking pretty sharp. And they will make a post. Hey, you guys, your paint looks really good. When they do that, that's when you say, hey, we're recruiting. Hey, did you catch the recruiting post at the very beginning? Hey, come check us out, you know, or whatever. And so that is, it's like it's a subconscious, not subconscious, but it's a visual recruiting, because you'll actually, and with War Thunder, we have tail paint. Okay, if you didn't know, this needs to go on your tail in War Thunder. If you don't know how to do it, watch the video that explains how to put it on there. That's it. In Star Citizen, we can't paint our planes yet, so ignore that. When we get the ability to paint our ships and we find out what the limitations are of what our options are, that'll come out. I'll let you guys know. But right as of now, it's only in War Thunder. Okay, so make sure you get that painted on there. Okay, so what else? That was recruiting. That was 24 minutes of recruiting. Okay, now we have the rank structures in place. I'm looking to promote someone. Okay, I'm really thinking about promoting someone, maybe two people, so, or three, actually three. But um, let me say this. Let me say this. Because we lost one of our officers, my ninjas bailed, right? He was one of our lieutenants. So, JG's. Early in the month, I was super stoked, right, about three people. There was three people in the organization. I'm not going to say who you are. You might already know who you are. I was thinking that I was like, man, these guys, they're on point, right? Let's get them to share their experience with the rest of the unit. Let's reward them for having been super active in the organization and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then they dropped off the face of the earth. It's like it's been the last maybe week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't even seen them. You know, it is the holidays, and I understand that. So I'm holding off on giving them their promotion until they re-become active. If that makes sense. Okay. So when I start seeing them again, and they start like really becoming active again, um, we'll make that happen. Okay, guys. So yeah, believe it or not, I am thinking about things like that. All right, so that's our promotions, and we don't really have any promotions going on right now. Okay, projects. This is the chapter 3 project. When I have projects, I like to share them with you so that you kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, and what's, because I have a project, and the reason why I have these projects is for fun usually, but it also sometimes influences the squadron in a way. So, and here's one of the projects that's finished, and that's the merge of the websites. The websites have finished merging. It's over. It was a great success. I heard some great feedback from a few people, and I really appreciate that. If you're having any issues with accessing a page, a link, a post, or anything like that, let me know, because it's probably some setting that I overlooked when I transferred everything over. Okay, so just let me know. If you click on a link and nothing happens, it's probably a setting that I have to adjust. Let me know what it is. Troubleshoot it for me, okay? All right, now for YouTube on War Thunder, I'm going to start making map videos, okay? And it's not really even game related. It's really just graphical, visual. It's not gameplay. It's not like where the start points are, or where the A and the B point is, or any of that stuff. That's not what it is. It is going to be like, if it's a tank map, it's going to be driving through the towns, checking out all the different like firing positions, and where the water fountain is, and where the bridges are, and basically just learning the map as a whole. The same thing with the airplanes. I'm just going to fly around the map, showing you where all the bridges are, and the landing airstrips, and the bomb points are, and stuff. But it has nothing to do with the actual, like, which one we should attack first, or any of that. That's not what these map videos are. They're going to be more public, visual experiences of the map. All right, and I'm going to do that mainly for the planes, but if I have figure out a way to do it for tanks, I might do it for the tanks. Okay, not sure. Okay, I got a couple more points, and we'll almost be done. Training. Okay, it wasn't official training, but it was group team activity, which I consider that to be like a field problem, like an exercise. So by playing together, that technically is training us how to play together, right? And so in War Thunder, we had some guys with me on some missions. We did a lot of missions. We did some missions. We did some campaigns even. We even did the Enduring Confrontation. We played the Guadalcanal mission event, which was epic. Also, I noticed, and I just want to share this, I noticed that in every map, in every mission that we did, every campaign, every Enduring Confrontation, everything, I noticed that we were on the top of the scoreboards. In the Enduring Confrontation, there was 4 of us, and guess where we were? Top 4. Wow, out of like 30 people on our team, we were top 4. The 4 of us. That tells me something. That tells me that when we team up, we're good. So let's team up more. Okay. Now in Star Citizen, I made a takeoff and landing tutorial video. If you're unsure how to take off and land, I definitely recommend that. I already have a whole bunch of flight school videos for War Thunder. You should check those out. But the takeoff and landing tutorial, it's pretty straightforward. Check it out if you're new to Star Citizen or unsure how to take off and land, because it doesn't really explain that in the manual. Okay, what manual? Okay, and then also I'm going to make some introduction to, I'm going to make this one video because I watched some threads or some videos out there of some guys that had just picked up Star Citizen. They said, I just bought Star Citizen yesterday and I just now downloaded it and I'm going to check it out. And I'm watching them on YouTube. They are lost. Okay, they don't understand how to open a door or how to do anything, how to get into a match, so that's my tutorial. I'm gonna make a tutorial video. They'll probably never watch it, but it'll be there for our squadron anyway. So if someone in the squadron joins Star Citizen and he doesn't know how to open a door, he can access this video and it'll explain to him the basics. It's nothing special. It's going to be like the super duper basics of what Star Citizen, how to get about in Star Citizen. All right, so I'm going to make that video too. I consider that training. Okay, unit news. Okay, we don't have a whole lot of unit news, to be honest. All this above was unit news, but here we go. Star Citizen. I have access to PTU 2.0. I suspect, guessing, in the next 2 weeks, it's going to open up to all players. So if you're part of Star Citizen, you have a game package, it's going to be important for us to get together and act as a team and play. Right now, there's not a whole lot of us into Star Citizen, but we're going to be recruiting, right? Okay, so what else we got? If you don't have a game package, you could actually pick one up. Wait, that's something else. Yeah, okay, I'm on the next one. Game news that affects the squadron. Okay. This is the last day to pick up a game package for only $30. So if you're looking for access to Star Citizen early, because remember, it's not going to be out for another year or 2. But if you want access to all the alpha content, if you want access to all the beta content, $30 will get you an Aurora game package. It'll give you the digital download of Star Citizen, the MMO. It'll also give you the download of Squadron 42, which is the single player campaign, which is like epic. Like it's going to be like 15 movies all in one or whatever. The script is like over 1,000 pages or something. It's crazy big. Okay, so you're going to get that in Squadron 42. There's only about 1,000 of these packages left, and I do believe today is the last day to pick one up. As of 3 p.m. today on Monday, there was 1,000 packages. I think it was 1,000 and change, but now would be the time to get into it. And make sure you do some recruiting. Okay, sorry. War Thunder. There's some packages right now that they have for sale on Black Friday this weekend, and I think today is the last day also. Those packages are discounted, maybe 10 or 20 bucks on some of the big packages. Now these packages aren't, these bundles are not just a tank or just a plane. You're actually getting premium time, you're getting gold lions or golden eagles, you're getting getting premium time, you're getting the tank, and possibly some other cool things. I don't remember. So yeah, take a look at that. There's a few of those that are on their Black Friday sale. So if you're thinking about getting into War Thunder, I probably wouldn't pick one of those up because War Thunder is free to play, and those bundles, they're worth it, and especially with the discount, they're worth it, but you don't need it, is what I'm saying. In Star Citizen, you don't need a game package. You can just join their website. But you know what the problem with that is? You can't join our organization unless you have a game package. Okay, boom. You can't get into the alpha unless you have a game package. The only way to get a game package is to back for that Aurora, or there's other ships that you can back for, but this is the least expensive one. And one thing, if you don't want the Aurora, don't worry about it. This is what I try to tell people. If you don't like the Aurora, you think the Aurora is gay or whatever, get it anyway. Okay, it'll give you the game package. It'll give you some UEC, and if you use my referral code, it'll give you 5,000 more UEC, which is quite a bit, and then it will give you access to all the different content. And then you've got your Aurora. And then a month, 2 months, a year from now, when you decide I really would rather have a Hornet because that's where I'm at, then trade your Aurora ship in for a Hornet. You'll get credit for the $30 or whatever the Aurora goes for, which I think is $45 or $40. You'll get that credit towards a Hornet, and you can do that sometime in the future. So if you just need to get in now, play, and then later upgrade. Pick whatever ship you want. If you want a Constellation, which is $275, you'll get $30 off at least. Okay, so or you can stick with the Aurora. There's nothing wrong with the Aurora. It's a starter ship, which means everybody in the game is technically going to get a starter ship. So if you don't back now and you wait till the game comes out, the game's going to be like $65 to buy, right? So right now, if you get it for $30, you're getting like an incredible deal on a future game. I don't see why you wouldn't want to do it. Unless you just don't want to get into Star Citizen, then I can understand. All right, so, well, thanks, guys, for coming out and checking out this video. The main point is let's recruit, guys. Let's get on the threads, post. Let's post in the chat. Don't be obnoxious. Be very respectful to everybody. And let's get out there and team up. All right, so thanks for checking this video out. And you guys, I'll see you in the matches.